This is kind of fun, like our first Wednesday night get together. I think our Friday night's gonna be really silly, but I'm kind of looking forward to that one too. Oh good, we got Laura joining in. Hey Laura and Emily as well.
I always tell myself, Tani, Wednesday's usually my rest day.
Oh.
And I'm always like, I need to do some yoga on my rest day.
Yeah.
And I never.
Yeah,
Or I
well here we are.
Here I am.
Yoga on your rest day. And it's a hip focus class, which I have to say I thought was a brilliant idea. And then this morning I thought, gosh, that's the last thing I want to do. My hips are sore, but it doesn't matter what I want to do. We're going to do it anyway. Okay, you guys. Well, thanks for jumping in on class. Let's go ahead and go back to our mats, and we're going to start standing tonight. And just like on Monday, we're just going to be moving for 30 minutes. So we're going to get right into it. Since it is our hip focus class, I want to make sure you guys get the most bang for your 30 minutes as you can. So we are going to start with a little bit of balance. So just know that as you kind of position yourself here for the beginning of class, if you want to get close to a wall or a chair or something for stability, definitely go for it. Emily, I can't tell if you're just like warming up your space or that's a puppy. Oh yeah, there we go. That makes more sense. Okay, we're gonna reach those fingertips down towards your mat. Roll your shoulders up, down, and back, and see if you can just spread out across your collarbones. We're gonna start with one nice deep inhale through your nose, get tall through the crown of your head, and then open your mouth, let it go. On this next inhale, go and reach those hands out and up. We won't take a back bend, just reach straight up, fingertips reach above you, and then exhale, hands to heart center, just pull those palms all the way down. Good, one more breath here. Breathe in, get tall through the crown of your head. And exhale, let that go. Good, we'll reach out and up again. Reach, big breath, reach up without the back bend. And exhale, pull palms down to heart center. Good, we're gonna turn those palms into a fist. So we're just gonna create a little bit of radiated tension across our upper body. Just roll some weight into this left foot. And we're gonna just pick up onto the right toes, right up on those right big toes. Good, from here, take a nice big breath in, get tall through the crown of your head, stand down with that left foot. And then inhale, lift this right knee up and towards your chest. Stay for your exhale breath. See if you can lift that knee a little bit higher. And breathe in, hover the knee. Good, exhale, right toe's just gonna tap down with control. And right away, inhale, bring that leg back up. Squeeze that knee up. We're looking for some active hip flexion. Hold for a full cycle of breath. Breathe in and breathe out. Good, inhale to stay. And exhale, go ahead and tap that right toe towards the mat. Super stable through that left leg. And last time up, breathe in, lift the knee. Hold for your exhale breath. Good, inhale to maintain. And on this exhale with control, we're gonna lower that right foot to the floor. Good, bring that weight back into that right foot. You can rock a little side to side. Inhale, breath will bring those hands out and up, palms up to touch above your head. Exhale, palms come all the way down to heart center. One more like that. Breathe in, out and up, big lift. Exhale, pull those palms down. And we're gonna bring some weight into that right foot now. So we'll make a fist with the hands. We're trying to irradiate some tension through the upper body. We're gonna bring that weight into the right foot, just pop up onto these left toes. Good, from here, an inhale breath is gonna lift that left knee up. So we're actively flexing this left hip. You can flex the toes back towards the knee. Stay for your exhale breath. Good, we're gonna hold one more cycle of breath. Breathe in and breathe out. Good, maintain on that inhale. And then nice and slow with control, just gently tap those left toes to the mat. Right away, we're coming back up. Breathe in, knee lifts. Maintain for one full cycle of breath. Inhale, lift that knee a little higher. And then exhale, drop the foot with control. Activate that glute, tap the toe. And last time, lift that up. Just one cycle of breath. Good, stay for your exhale. Maintain on the inhale. And with control, gently tap that toe to the mat. Good, left foot's gonna hit the floor, breathe in, arms reach up. And this time we're gonna hinge forward, up and over those legs, little bend in the knees. Good, just come all the way down forward and let that low back relax. So we'll find ragdoll, cross your forearms, pinkies to your elbow creases, and just let your head and neck go. Long line from your tailbone to the crown of your head. Good, inhale to maintain. And as you exhale, just let your chest drop, let the crown of your head fall to the floor. Another big inhale breath. And exhale. On an inhale, bring yourself towards plank pose. So hands forward, feet back, whatever you need to get into that shape. Good option to drop to your knees here if necessary. We're just gonna take a big inhale, press the mat away. And exhale, roll your way back to downward facing dog. But just pedal out your feet when you get there. We'll make this just a really dynamic shape. So you can sway hips side to side, lift and lower heel. Look under an armpit if you need to. And whenever you're ready, if you'd like, inhale to lift the heels. You don't have to, but if you want to get a little bit more space through the back side of the body. And exhale, press those heels back. And inhale, bend your knees, look forward. We're gonna step our right foot to the pinky side of the right hand and drop that left knee down. And so right away, we're getting a lot of extension on this left hip. So since we just worked it in flexion, as we're finding that active standing pose, go and press your palms down. You can release your toenails to the mat and try to get a little bit more space across the front of that left hip. I bring a little bit more focus into that left hip. We're still stretching, obviously, this right leg as well. But as we really push down at the top of the left foot, see if maybe you can even hover that left knee away from the mat for 3, 2, and on 1, drop that knee down, and we're just gonna flex the right toes back and let that knee fall away from you. So now we're just coming a little bit deeper into this external hip rotation on the right. Good, stay here for 3, 2, and on 1, bring that foot flat to the mat. Now, if you have the space, you can start to work your way down towards your elbows. If not, it's totally fine. You do not need to find that end range right now. If you don't want to, palms can stay down. Go ahead and push back into the top of that left foot, the back foot. Breathe in and try to hover the knee, finding some action in that hip extension. 3, 2, and on 1, drop that knee down. And we're gonna let this right knee just fall away from you. A little bit more external hip rotation. Then you can stay on those elbows or come back to your palms, whatever feels okay. And for 3, 2, and on 1, right foot flat, lift the back knee, tuck those toes, and we're gonna make our way towards Prasarita towards the left. So roll to the left side of the mat, toes and heels out, big wide leg forward fold, and then just fold down. Just let your head get really heavy. Roll a little weight forward and back, maybe side to side. See if you can feel the weight roll towards the pinky toe sides of your feet. And on your next inhale, we're gonna come just halfway up. Crawl back to the top of the mat. Come into this low lunge, hands around the front foot. Just drop the hips and look forward. So we're finding a stretch across this right glute, across the front of the left hip, and press your chest into your right thigh so your knee's gonna try to travel past your toes. Good, breathe here. And on an exhale, we're gonna straighten this front leg, try to lift those hips up. Good, just a little bit of a pyramid pose here, heart forward. Again, inhale, come into that lunge, press your chest into your thigh. We're trying to travel that knee past the toes. Good, and then straighten that leg. Think chest towards the thigh, forehead towards your shin. One more time, breathe in, looking for a little bit more space. Press the knee forward, and then straighten that front leg. Pull back with the left heel. On an inhale, bend into this right knee. We're just gonna take a big step forward into forward fold top of the mat. Inhale, just halfway lift, and fold again. Inhale is gonna bring us all the way up to standing. Press into those feet, reach out and up, big breath in. Exhale, up and over your legs. Inhale, halfway lift, And as you exhale, step back to plank high push-up. Option to drop to the knees. Just gonna find some stability here through our core. And when you're ready, straight to downward facing dog. Good, pedal this out, whatever space you can find. Inhale is gonna lift those heels away from the mat. And exhale, drop them back. Good, breathe in, look forward. And the left foot's gonna step to the pinky side of this left hand. Go ahead and drop that back knee down. Good, so we're looking for some extension across this right hip. So more length here as you press into your palms, release the toenails to the mat, and then see if you can press down through the top of the right foot, maybe so much that right knee can hover for 3, 2, and on 1, drop that knee down, and now the left knee is gonna fall away as we externally rotate this hip. So let that knee just open up. Just breathe into a little bit more space for 2. And on 1, bring that foot flat. Again, now option to come down to your forearms if you have the room. Good, release the top toenails to the mat if their toes are tucked, and breathe in, hover the knee. 3, 2, and 1, drop that down. Stay on your elbows or come back to your palms to open the left knee away. So a little bit more external hip rotation. Good, 3, 2, and on 1, tuck those back toes, lift the back knee. We're gonna make our way into our second set, Prasarita, this time to the right. Hands under shoulders, and just drop it down. Think crown of the head to the floor. You can rock your weight forward and back, side to side. Keep breathing. On an inhale, come just halfway up. We're gonna crawl back to low lunge, hands around the front foot, keep that back knee lifted, and then drop into the lunge. Really press your chest into this thigh. I want the knee to try to track past the toes. Good, and then when you're ready, we'll take that pyramid shape, straighten the front leg, pull the right heel back, lengthen through the hamstring. Good, again, inhale, press chest into thighs, try to track the knee forward, and exhale, straighten. One more time, breathe in, heart through. Try to create some space here as you press into the thigh and straighten that front leg, open across the hamstring. And bend into the front knee, we'll take a big step forward, find forward fold, top of the mat. Breathe in, halfway lift. Exhale, fold again. All the way up for mountain, stand up, reach up. Exhale, up and over your legs. Inhale, halfway lift. We're gonna step back to plank high push-up. 1 breath here. And as you exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Good, inhale, right leg is going to reach high. Reach that heel up. Try to think long line from crown of the head towards that right heel. Good, now bend the right knee. And then we're gonna open this hip. So we're externally rotating that right hip just like we did in our runner's lunge. Try not to blow out through your low back. So I want you to think about pulling your belly in rather than finding a back bend here. Think about extending through this hip and external rotation. Good, on an inhale, roll forward. You're gonna keep this right knee out like a fire hydrant pose, and then drop the left knee to the mat like tabletop. Whoa, did you do it? Good job. Straighten this right leg out and drop the big toe down. Whoa, that was a big move, you guys. I loved it. You all just went for it. Good, sit the hips back, and we're gonna just find a little bit of space through the inside of this right leg. Good, 1 more cycle of breath. Exhale, drop those hips back. On an inhale, come forward, back to the palms, tuck the back toes. We're gonna lift this back knee up, and then lift the right leg. We're coming back where we came. Bend the knee, lift the leg up, 3-legged dog, and then try to open that hip. If you got lost along the way, don't worry. Just take 3-legged dog. And as you exhale, step all the way through, right foot between your hands, low lunge. Good, go ahead and drop that back knee, look forward, and exhale, just straighten that front leg, half splits. Stay for your inhale breath. And exhale. On an inhale, go and come forward to low lunge. Reach your hands high. Dragon lunge, arms reach up. Good, so we're not doing a ton of back bends tonight. So rather than thinking about a big back bend here, think about extension through this back hip. And so to do that, imagine you have like a laser on the middle of this left thigh, and it was pointing forward. So you're trying to press forward with the middle of this left thigh, then arms reach up. So it's more of that intention of extending this left hip rather than extending our spine. Good, breathe in here. And as you exhale, hands around this front foot, lift the back knee, look forward, and we're gonna step forward, forward fold. Inhale, just halfway lift. And exhale, fold again. Inhale, mountain, reach up. Don't worry about the back bend, just lift your hands and exhale up and over your legs. Inhales, halfway lift. Exhale, step back to high push-up plank pose. Then we're gonna do that funky move on this side. Don't worry, I'll talk you through it. Breathe in and exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Good, when you get there, inhale, left leg's going to lift high. Keep reaching out of the left heel. You can come up high on the ball of the right foot if you'd like. Then start by just bending the left knee. Good, we're gonna try not to come into a big back bend. So as you do this, externally rotate the left hip and then start to stack the hips as you extend the hip. Good, breathe in. As you exhale, roll forward to plank. Pull this left knee along with you. We're gonna come into this fire hydrant shape as you drop the right knee to the mat in tabletop. Awesome, straighten the left leg out, drop the big toe down, and we're gonna sit back, find that stretch through the inner thigh. Really good, you guys. Breathe in and breathe out. Good, inhale just to roll forward, come back, hands under shoulders. We're gonna go back the way we came. Start by lifting this left leg up, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, and we come all the way back to that three-legged dog with the open hip. Breathe in and pull that knee through, low lunge, left foot between your hands. Awesome, breathe in, drop that knee, look forward. Exhale, straighten the front leg, half splits. Pause for a moment, just catch your breath. When you're ready, we're gonna come forward to that low lunge, and we'll find dragon lunge, again with that intention on extension of the back leg. So arms can reach high, but just notice where you land. If you're noticing these hips are tilting forward, try to correct that. Pull those hips in, low ribs towards the hips. And then think about the middle of that right thigh pressing forward. More extension across the right hip. Good, breathe in. As you exhale, hands around the front foot, lift the back knee, and step forward, forward fold. Good, breathe in, just halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, mountain, come on up. Reach, big breath. Exhale, up and over your legs. Inhale's halfway lift, and we're gonna step back to tabletop. So right knee, left knee, just make your way, hands under shoulders. You're going to tuck your toes under. We're gonna work our way through a hip car on the right side. So from here, lift that right knee up behind you. We're gonna extend the right hip and stay out of that back bend. So just like when we were in dragon lunge, squeeze the belly in. Good, on an exhale, pull that right knee in towards your armpit. Find hip flexion without the rounded back. Good, now open the knee out into that fire hydrant shape. We've already been here when we did our funky move from down dog. And then rotate the hip back to our starting position. Good, we're gonna go the other way. So right knee opens out into that fire hydrant shape. Knee into armpit, flex the hip. Lift the knee back, extend. And then straighten the leg, drop the ball of the foot, and we're just gonna press into that calf. Good, if you wanna walk the hands forward a little bit, you can. Big inhale, big exhale. On an inhale, go ahead and roll forward. We're gonna go knees wide, toes together to touch. Drop back into child's pose. Palms forward, Just try to relieve any tension in your low back. Try to let those hips drop back towards your heels. One more cycle of breath here. On an inhale, go and roll your way forward. We're gonna come back to tabletop, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. And we're gonna do that hip car on the left side. So starting by lifting the knee back behind you, we're extending this hip, try to stay out of the back bend. So really strong core, left hip in line with the right. From here, we'll start with hip flexion, pull that knee into the armpit. This is the same as what we did when we were standing, right when we started class. Good, open the knee out into that fire hydrant shape, and then rotate the knee back to where we started. Good, we're gonna go the other way, knee out to the left. Pull the knee into the armpit, squeeze, and then lift that knee back to the starting position. Awesome, straighten the leg, drop the ball of the foot down, and just find some length across that leg through the calf, press back through the heel. One more cycle of breath. Breathe in and breathe out. I'm gonna go and roll forward. We're gonna go knees wide, toes together to touch. Second pass at child's pose. Just breathe lots of space into your low back. Anytime we start to focus in on the hips, we'll look for any compensation pattern we can find. And it typically happens in our spine. So see if with your exhale, you can just let go of any tension, holding on. On an inhale, go ahead and rock your way forward. You're gonna go hands towards your knees and just find yourself in a seated position. Good, I feel like this class could go on forever. There's so many fun things we could do. Okay, let's go left leg forward, right knee back. So I'm gonna have this right shin back behind me. So we're finding some internal rotation on this right leg. So we're not gonna take a true 90-90, so don't worry about this leg out in front of you. Just pull the feet in on both sides. Good, we're gonna lean away from the right leg, so we're gonna rock onto this left hand, and then just reach this right hand up and away. So see if you can find some length across this right hip. Big breath in. Good, and when you're ready on your exhale, we're just gonna reach forward. Now just notice how much space you have here. We're gonna see if we can find a little bit of a gentle fold up over this left shin. Good, so if this isn't happening, hands can always come out on your sides or a little bit behind you. We're just trying to find a little bit deeper external hip rotation here on the left. Good, on an inhale, press yourself back up. And now we're gonna try to square our chest off towards our right shin. So now we've internally rotated this right leg. So it's gonna be a little bit more challenging to find more, asking for more internal hip rotation. So as you gently twist towards the right, you might feel like a crampy sensation in this tissue because we don't typically move our hip in this way, but we should be able to. Hips should rotate. So we're gonna keep this left knee down, and then maybe if you have a little bit of room, we're just gonna lean gently forward. 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and lift that back up. Good, pull this left knee away from you so that the ball of your foot's a little bit more towards the middle of your mat. And we're just gonna have a fun transition. Don't be too hard on yourself or take this too seriously. We'll go hands to heart center or just keep them on the floor. Breathe in. We're gonna lean off to the left, try to hover this right shin away from the floor. We're making our way into Baddha Konasana. So right knee is gonna lift up, rotate the hip till the soles of the feet can touch. Yeah, there you go. Beautiful, Laura. That was very nice. Good, up and over, grab for your toes. And chest forward. Good. Nice long line. Again, come back to that spine. Send your breath into any spot that's holding on. On an inhale, go and walk your way up. And we're gonna find that same shape, but on the other side. So you can hug that right heel in a little bit. Pull that left leg behind you. And this can be more like 45, whatever angle feels right, but we don't need to make this super crazy intense right now. So once you land in this space, notice your left hip is now internally rotated. A lot of times that's more challenging. So just You don't have to pass a lot of judgment, but just be aware. Go and walk that right hand out, and we're gonna stretch up and out of that left hip. You can bend a little bit into the right elbow. Big inhale. And then when you're ready, we're gonna see if we can find a little more external hip rotation on the right. So as you reach forward, maybe hands by your hips, maybe you find a little bit more of a fold. I'm just looking for a little bit more external hip rotation here. If you're not feeling much, you can walk that right foot forward a little bit more. Just brings you into a little bit deeper rotated position. We're here for 3, 2, and now on 1, we're gonna bring the hands in. This is the one that feels a little bit gross. We're gonna try to rotate towards that internally rotated hip. So sometimes hands are behind us to get our chest a little bit squared up. My left hip is not super happy in this position. I know it's a place I need to spend more time. Good, so you can stay here. Maybe you're just trying to be upright. Maybe you can lean forward just a little bit. For me, there's not a lot of room there. But think about that left knee trying to stay down and just notice the sensations. So I'm noticing a lot of crampy feeling. This tissue is wondering what the heck is going on. Just breathe into that space. Good, when you're ready, we're gonna walk our way out of it, spin back towards that front leg, and now position this right foot a little bit more towards the middle of your body so we can make our way towards Baddha Konasana. Hands to heart center, give this side a try. We're gonna roll off onto that right hip a little bit to give ourselves a little bit of leverage. Try to lift that left shin up, pull the knee in towards the armpit. Yes, Matt, perfect. Soles of the feet together, and then drop that knee out. Yay, hands towards the feet, up and over. Just find this gentle fold. And you don't have to have a lot of pulling here. Just try to let that chin fall towards your chest. Gentle round of the low back. Good, one more cycle of breath here. On an inhale, just walk those hands in. I'm gonna have you straighten your legs. So if you wanna use your hands to pull your knees in, we're just gonna straighten those legs and just give them a little bend of the knees, a little shake. Good, inhale just to lift the hands up. One last seated forward fold. And then exhale to bring you forward. Now, if this isn't a super deep fold, it's totally fine. Hands can be by your hips. They could be behind you, or maybe they're all the way to your feet. Wherever you are, just find length from tailbone to the crown of your head. One more cycle of breath here. On an inhale, go and walk yourself out of this. Stack your spine, your vertebrae as your chin lifts. Just pull those feet in, whatever comfortable seat you'd like to find. We're just gonna do one more breath together. And whenever you're ready, inhale, reach those hands out and up. Big breath in. And exhale, pull your palms down to heart center. Awesome, you guys. Thank you for practicing with me tonight on our Wednesday class. Namaste. Oh, we might have to bring that fun little move back in next Monday night for our hour because I kind of liked it. That whole like downward dog thing.
That was good.
Yeah? You gonna do it? I totally made that up before class. Oh, that was fun. What's
so
that?
I actually have to go back to work, so this was the perfect little break to stretch.
Oh, awesome. I'm glad that you were able to join us, Emily.
Thank you so much.
Have a great night.
You too.
How was class, Matt?
It was good.
Good.
Good. Cody's been having me do runs already, so
Oh my gosh. Yeah, good for you. I bet that felt good.
yeah, it did.
Some hip loosening. Hey, Laura, it's so good to see you.
Hey, I know. How are you?
Good. It's been
Thanks,
a while.
Laura.
Yeah, thanks,
Couple
Matt.
days off before baseball starts, so.
Nice. Awesome. Are you able to join Friday?
No, we are actually doing a last minute trip out to San Francisco,
Oh
and
my
we
gosh,
will be
fun.
having dinner
Yeah.
with Nick's mom then. So
Good for you. That'll be so fun.
yeah, I hope so. She's not really. I mean, she's just not doing